Okay. So this works out now. Okay, we're going to watch the news. Then we got to do Outback Truckers, and that's it. So we got 2 videos to do today. 2 more videos, and then we're done. We're going to do the news. I'm going to make some lunch. Get in touch with us today for a free consultation, and let's make your bathroom the best room in your home. Now is the perfect time to upgrade your old bathroom. This month, save 50% on installation with your bath or shower project with Bathworks of Michigan. Call us today at 1-800-NEW-BATH to claim these offers and more. Call us up at Bathworks. Call us today now, 1-800-NEW-BATH.
News Channel 3, serving West Michigan for 75 years.
Complex. The new information we're learning about the victim.
And Stellantis has a new CEO, and they're telling us more about him and when he'll start in his new role.
And I started thinking, you said no, dim the lights.
And why South Africa's president said his visit to the White House took an unexpected turn. News Channel 3 Live News starts right now.
Covering West Michigan to protect and alert you. This is News Channel 3, live at noon.
Thanks for joining us on News Channel 3 Live at noon. I'm Kurt Mason.
And I'm Julie Williams. We've learned a man died. Police say he was shot around 1:30 this morning, right near Patterson and Riverview in Kalamazoo. Police say they had found him and they took him to the hospital. That's where he died about a couple hours later. As of this afternoon, they don't have a suspect yet, but they do tell us that they'll have more officers in that area today. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll bring you any updates as soon as we get them. We've also learned police in Kalamazoo are investigating another shooting. They say an 18-year-old was shot last night on North Rose over near Clay Street. He was riding his scooter and couldn't describe the suspect. We know that the bullet grazed his shoulder, so he survived. Police say they haven't found any shell casings, but they say these 2 shootings are not related.
And police are identifying 29-year-old DeQuavian Marquise Brown as the victim in a deadly Kalamazoo County shooting. Brown was a Kalamazoo resident. The incident happened inside one of the Canterbury House apartments Tuesday afternoon in Oshkosh Township. He was found unresponsive after being shot. Despite life-saving efforts from first responders, Brown died at the hospital. Police originally tracked down a person who ran from the scene. That person was interviewed and then released after being eliminated as the suspect. Now, as the shooting unfolded, children were coming home from school. At least 10 school buses were dropping students off at the complex while authorities were still actively investigating. One mother happy her children are safe, but worrying about all the kids coming home to such a terrifying scene.
Why would you drop a bus load of kids? Call it into the school. Drop them off over here where they know that it's out of the way, safe.
This case remains active and ongoing. The Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office is asking for help from the public. If you witnessed the scene or have any information, please come forward.
We've learned a man died in a crash on 131 North. It happened this morning near Leonard Street in Grand Rapids.
Okay, it's the same highway, but higher up.
Up in the center lane, well, a van hit it, and then a semi hit that van. A passenger were thrown out of the van, and police say the driver died on scene. The passenger and 2 other people had to be taken to the hospital. The owner of the truck and the semi driver are okay. This afternoon, police say this is a good reminder to wear your seatbelt. That part of 131 has since reopened.
I have a live look over downtown Kalamazoo. It is dry right now, but we're expecting rain to arrive this afternoon. Meteorologist Jeff Porter here to track the arrival of those showers. Jeff.
So number 1 agenda, Kirk, thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone.
We'll go wash out. We're more clouds.
Give you a live look where it no doubt looks like rain, and it is not raining yet. 62 degrees, that is Prairie Street. Well, the Growlers and the Chinooks, the Lakeshore Chinooks, are about to play baseball for the Growlers home opener at Homer Stryker Field. So it's about a minute away or so. We're projecting lower and middle 60s and maybe some rain by the very end of the game. They already played their first game of the season on Monday. So home opener, Homer Stryker Field here in a matter of minutes. We have rain in a window here from 2 to about 8.
Yeah, right. The chances of that ever happening is so slim, but if he does come up here, I'll be surprised. Ooh, we got some heavy rain coming, guys.
at 2 o'clock, so who knows?
The back end of it should clear Kalamazoo by about 4:20. Where it is raining right now in Berrien County, this is headed towards the greater sort of the Wajak area. How about
Penn, which is us.
Well, here's what we're looking at. Let's diagnose
Ooh, Knox.
rain here. Rainfall rates between a half inch and an in excess of an inch per hour. Out by hour, doing a really good job modeling the rain. Here it is at 4, and again out of Kalamazoo County by 5. Kalamazoo right now at 63 degrees. That's a live look out over downtown. East winds 9 miles per hour. Where you've seen some sun and be it fleeting, albeit fleeting, 65 right now, Grand Rapids. A weather problem at the bus stop tomorrow morning. Kirk will explain in 10
Oh, that means I'm going to be going to.
Jeff Stellantis announcing a new chief executive officer. The car maker says Antonio Filosa will assume CEO duties on June 23rd, so less than a month. Filosa has been with the company for 25 years. Right now, he serves as chief operating officer for the Americas and chief quality officer. Stellantis is the parent company of the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram brands.
This afternoon, Elon Musk President Trump's
You know, I was like disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Deutsche team is doing.
He's talking about the proposed budget bill. This is the one that would extend tax cuts that President Trump started in his first term, and it has more money for the military and the border. But to do that, the plan is to take money from Medicaid and food stamp programs. The Congressional Budget Office says this proposal could increase our national deficit or make our national debt bigger by almost $4 trillion in the next 10 years. The U.S. Senate is still looking at this bill before it would go to President Trump.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announcing changes to COVID-19 vaccine recommendations.
I couldn't be more pleased to announce that as of today, the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule.
The National Institutes of Health Director and FDA Commissioner are also in this video announcement. The leaders say ending the vaccine recommendations is common sense and good science. Kennedy blames the Biden administration for pushing a repeat booster strategy for children, but doctors and other public health leaders call this messaging confusing and concerning.
South Africa's president says his trip to the White House didn't go like he planned. He visited with President Trump last week, and the goal was to come up with new trade deals. Well, while they were meeting, President Trump played a video of what he said is evidence that South African farmers are being targeted and killed.
And I suddenly hear him say, no, make the timberlights. And I must say, a number of people have said, this was an ambush, this was an ambush. And I was bemused. I was saying, what's happening?
He says white people in South Africa aren't being targeted and killed. His government says they're actually dealing with the crime problem as a whole, and it's not racially motivated. They say black farmers have also been killed. Ukraine's President Zelensky is in Germany. He's hoping to get more military support. Germany is their second biggest supplier for that, behind us. Now, Germany also says they'll help Ukraine develop long-range missile systems. There is the possibility of a summit between Zelensky, Russian President Putin, and President Trump, but only as an outcome of other talks and negotiations.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel has killed Hamas's senior leader, Mohammed Sinwar, who was apparently killed in a recent
Mohammed or
Gaza Strip.
Akbar or
Several
whatever.
Hamas leaders reportedly killed in recent Israeli strikes. Mohammed is the brother of Yahya Sinwar, the Hamas leader, an October 7th terror attack plotter. Israel killed him last year. Today marks 600 days of the Israel-Hamas war. Israel launching airstrikes on Yemen's main airport in the capital, Sanya. The attack coming a day after Yemen's Houthi rebels fired 2 projectiles at Israel. 4 strikes hit the runway on a Yemeni Airways plane. Sanya, the largest airport in Yemen, it just came back into service last week after temporary repairs and runway restoration following previous Israeli strikes.
It's World Hunger Day, and WK Kellogg employees say they want to help fight food insecurity right here in Southwest Michigan. They volunteered at the South Michigan Food Bank this morning. They were packing boxes of food for the more than 130,000 people the food bank serves. That includes 34,000 children. A lot of those children rely on meals at school, right? But summer vacation is almost here, so they might not have consistent access to food.
Imagine it's so cold. It's really part of the DNA of our company. You know, our founder, Mr. Kellogg, is one of the best at giving back to the community. So all of our employees, we really feel like it's part of who we are and what we do.
I watch one more episode. Oh,
They package ingredients for meals like
one more.
tuna noodle casserole. Those boxes will be given out at mobile food markets.
Good.
Well, coming up, parents in Texas could have more control over what kinds of apps their kids download, and Apple says there are better ways to keep your kids safe.
The Calhoun County prosecutor.
Yeah, don't give my cell phone.
The deputy shooting and killing what they call an aggressive dog. What one expert is saying about the owner's role in the case.
Kirk, thank you very much. The time it will rain on Friday. We're going to time it out for you. And when the A's return to the Mitten, you're watching News Channel 3 live at noon.
Wednesday. Hello. Elizabeth Banks. With other sisters, new project. There's murder and betrayals and sisters with the same husband. I like it. Let's not follow it.
Today at 3 on News Channel 3.
We should have asked you. Dr. Phil?
Needs some help? Follow me.
It's Dr. Phil every weekday at 4 on News Channel 3.
It's frustrating when you're in trouble or when you need help.
If you have a broken garage door, we got somebody close by. Nothing you haven't seen, nothing you can't fix.
Any make, any model.
Call now, fix today.
That's what this is about.
Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
I didn't know. My leg and back.
Second and the third.
Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet Store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
This is an urgent notice for anyone that owes over $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS. You may qualify to have a large portion of your past due taxes forgiven. Civic Tax Relief Special Tax Relief Hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I owe the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS. By the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Don't take on the IRS alone. Call for your free tax forgiveness information now.
With Civic Tax Relief, they were able to save me upwards of $80,000 that I would have had to pay had I not reached out to them.
Civic Tax Relief can help stop wage garnishment, protect your home, and save you thousands. Get your free tax forgiveness information now. 800-200-0795. 800-200-0795. That's 800-200-0795. 800-200-0795.
It's Watson's Big Memorial Day event. Right now, save hundreds, even thousands on hundreds of themed stock and free goals starting at only $17.99. Plus 18 months interest-free financing.
Thank you for turning to News Channel 3 at noon. The news continues right now.
Welcome back. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signing a law to give parents more control over mobile apps their kids download. Starting in January, Apple and Google will have to verify a Texas user's age in the App Store. Children under 13 will need parental consent to use it. Both companies opposed the bill, with Apple citing privacy issues. An Apple spokesperson said there are better proposals to keep kids safe. Governor's office said the safety and online privacy of Texas children is a priority. Google did not immediately comment. Meta, X, and Snapchat are praising the legislation, calling on Congress to pass something similar.
Some companies this afternoon, like Target, Walmart, and Home Depot, say they have to warn their investors about possible boycotts. They say they're worried people might not buy from certain places because of DEI and government policies about the climate and LGBTQ plus policies. There has been some backlash to them getting rid of certain programs under the Trump administration, Researchers say those companies are also adding new risk disclosures.
If you're only bringing carry-on bags on a United Airlines flight, you'll need to show up at least 45 minutes before departure. That's the same time as those checking bags and 15 minutes earlier than the current check-in cutoff for carry-on passengers. A United spokesperson says this changed mostly for domestic flights and will bring greater consistency for customers. Check-in time limits can vary. This policy starts Tuesday. More information can be found on United's website.
Right now, prosecutors are looking at a case where a deputy shot what they call an aggressive dog. This happened Friday night northeast of Battle Creek. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office says they had gotten several calls about 3 dogs that were out running loose. The Sheriff's Department says one of their deputies had tried to get one of those dogs in his car, but that's when it charged at him. They say he didn't have time to get away, so he shot the dog 3 times. This afternoon, prosecutors say the owners could face charges if their dogs weren't properly secured and tied up, regardless of if they hurt someone.
Usually you look at a stray dog offense, it's a misdemeanor. Dogs running at large, you're supposed to be in control at all times.
They're also investigating the officer's use of force. We did submit a Freedom of Information Act request to try to get the body cam footage from that night. We'll share that video with you when it's released.
Police in Kalamazoo investigating what they call a suspicious fire happened in someone's garage off Gold Road in Rockingham near the Gold Road Tavern. The fire happened Tuesday morning. No one was hurt. I mean, it's not a pterodactyl, it's a pigeon, but a Delta flight delayed Saturday after 2 wild pigeons tried to stow away. A lot of screaming for pigeons, but this video was taken on a flight from Minneapolis to Madison by passenger Tom Caw. Caw capturing video of a passenger trying to catch the second pigeon in a jacket. Started with baggage handlers getting called to the first bird from the plane's cabin. The second bird emerged after the plane left the gate and was preparing for takeoff. Caw said it was strutting up the aisle when someone tried to grab it. Pigeon went flying back and forth in the cabin. The pilot asking controllers for permission to return to the gate. Caw says at the gate, another baggage handler came on board and removed the bird safely. The flight arrived about an hour later than scheduled. Well, the pigeons just knew that peanuts and pretzels were worth getting on board. Get a little snack.
Poor pigeons.
I mean, you're at the mall or a public place and there's birds, right? I mean, okay, there's birds in our parking lot right now.
I'm screaming when I go to my car.
Yeah, I know. Don't do that. Julie, thank you so much. 65 right now. Holland, Bill here. Tulip Gardens, our tulips beyond bloom here, but still a lovely view here. Very gentle wind east to winds about 9 miles per hour. Same here, Portage at Celery Flats, Garden Lane.
I know it's at. I've been there before.
Getting ready for rain, priming the atmosphere for rain.
Look at my little finger.
You need our Weather Alert Network app. Put your camera right there on the QR code. That's all you have to do. Now, Tigers are going to play baseball here in an hour with no rain, 60 degrees. Same east wind at Comerica Park. Want to finish the series in the right way versus the Giants. So I want to be really specific about rain chances here. From 7% at 5 to 30%-ish at 7. And I suspect they're going to be much less than that at that point. I'm going to show you why here in a moment. And again, we have this spike of rain for the front end of the evening commute. If you're farther north, of course, rain's going to last a little bit longer near I-96. But what we're making the case for is drier conditions as we move into sort of the hard evening commute and ultimately towards sunset. A couple of front runner showers right now. Live Doppler radar, Van Buren County should be in Teapot, New Bill Valley right now over to Glendale at 12:30. Another small shower here, Van Buren, Kalamazoo County line. Should be in Doherty's Corners at 12.
It's getting 3 hours soon.
All right, heavier rain, Berrien County actually rotating toward Lake Michigan.
Lincoln, Baroda, Lincoln, Ben Harbor.
All right, here's the band that needs to clear our area. In order for Kirk to have a baseball game tonight, for me to get to the golf course, for you to do whatever you want to do outside. We all have outside plans here, even if it's just going to the dog park with Ellie. All right, we've got next band showing up Kalamazoo at 3:30. Now the back edge of it should clear Kalamazoo by 4:03. Motion here northeast at about 24 miles per hour. Hour by hour, really spot on, doing a remarkable job modeling where that band is right now. And notice by 6 o'clock, it is out of our area, either side of I-96. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it might linger. But ultimately, overnight, we're just making a really strong case here for some fog at the bus stop tomorrow morning. It could be dense. Let's take a battle break right now and give you a live look. And you've got the same body sky that really most of us have right now, but good for running errands here, grabbing
Creek.
Want to take you to Friday because we are in the general thunder category for Friday evening.
Yeah.
I think the wind will be here 5 p.m. through about 10. They start from north to south. They migrate down the mid or the lower peninsula. Much warmer weather is coming, not for the weekend, but also.
Ooh, that's not bad.
It's not heat. It's heat that will be brewed with humidity, 70 for your weekend. Man, is that an awesome weekend or what? Yeah, I think it really is here. But I do want you to know this. And I gave this forecast in our editorial meeting. I was talking about the humidity. I got a bunch of groans here, but hey, not that bad. But just so you know, really thick air here next Wednesday, next Thursday. All right, 7-day forecast. We'll watch those storms Friday evening. Let's keep our eyes on the radar for the next 4 to 5 hours here. But we may not see any rain again until the following Friday. So nice dry stretch to be at the pool.
So these on Monday.
People groaning about warm summer weather?
I don't want to mention any names. But you know.
See?
But too soon to be complaining about the warm weather. It hasn't even gotten here.
I do love Missy, and you're totally right.
Yeah.
I like how you politically handled that.
That was very well done. Nicely done. Thank you, John. Well, this afternoon, police hope you can help them find who's responsible for stealing more than $100,000 worth of things from a local motorsports store. Stay with us.
Dawn trusts Prevagen for her brain, and this is her story.
My name is Dawn. I live in Central Texas. I'm a military spouse and a certified dog trainer. But seeing many commercials about Prevagen, the people in the commercials were so authentic. And I thought, why not give it a try? I've been taking Prevagen now for 3 years. It's been a confidence booster. It's made me feel really good about myself.
Prevagen has been the #1 selling brain supplement nationwide for over 10 years.
Through June 10th only. It's an incredible buyer's market at Wallside. Get 81 months, no interest. 81 months with no down payment. Cash buyers get an extra 15% off the sale price. And both get half off every window.
Nope.
Less, way more.
Wait, no, it's run out?
From Wallside. Half off every window. 81 months, no interest, or an extra.
Okay, we're done with the news.
And June 10th. Wallside.
Back in a second. We're done with the news. We're done with the news.
And it's important that our clients trust us. With good